Let's move forward with the process of word formation and look into some other forms of word formation. In English, another common form of word formation is blending. Similar to compounding, blending also involves combining two separate forms to produce a new form. But it's slightly different from compounding because here not the complete words are put together. Rather, the initial word or initial letters of a word are combined with the later part of another word, or the remaining part of another word. And the typical examples of such words could be found in word smog, which is a combination of smoke and fog. Similarly, we have a smirk, which is a combination of smoke and murk, and smaze, which is a combination of smoke and haze. There could be so many words which could be listed here: bit, binary plus digit, and a popular one, brunch, combination of breakfast and lunch. Then motel is a combination of motor plus hotel. Such blending is very common on media, and we see so many media terms which are based on this form of word formation. For example, telecast, telethon, infotainment, which is a combination of information and entertainment. We also mix the names of languages to name new merging languages. For example, combination of Spanish and English is called Spanglish. In few blends, we sometimes only combine the beginning of the word, beginning of two separate words. For example, we have a word modem, which is a combination of modulator and demodulator. Clipping is another form of word formation which is based on the reduction formula of words. Here, the longer words or words who are composed of more than one syllable, they are reduced down to one syllable, usually one syllable words. For example, the word facsimile has been reduced to fax. So, similarly, there are so many examples. Initially, such words are created in casual talk, and then they become a part of regular day-to-day talk, and later on sometimes they are included in formal writing as well. Some other examples could be cited here. For example, the word gas has emerged from the clipping of the word gasoline. Similarly, ad from advertisement, fan from fanatic, and flu from influenza. Clipping is also very common in educational circles, and various academic words have been the clipping of previously longer words. For example, we have gym, lab, math, prof, and typo. We also have hypocrisms, which consist of changing a word into a shorter form or a phrase into a shorter form and then adding y or ie by the end of it in order to make it a single word. For example, we have movie word emerging from moving pictures, then we have tele from television, and we have Aussie from Australian, and Barbie from barbecue. Backformation is another form of word formation. It is based on reducing a form of a word of another type. How it works is that we usually reduce one form of word in order to produce another type of word. For example, we may produce a verb from a noun, and a typical example is televise from television. Some other examples could be emote from emotion, donate from donation. And a regular source of backformation verbs in English is based on the common pattern of work and worker. We produce noun, or we produce verb from nouns. Conversion is also another form of word formation, and it focuses on a change in the function of a word. For example, a word is used for another grammatical function without changing any form. And in this regard, examples could be of the words like bottle, chair, and vacation. He was vacationing in Murray. So the word has been changed, the noun has been changed into a verb without changing its form. Similarly, we could say somebody has to chair the meeting. So the word chair here is being used as a verb, which is typically a noun. Acronym is also a very popular form of word formation and is quite common these days, especially in the terminologies related to technology and recent innovations. In this regard, we could cite the words, initial letters of a word or words are used to form a new word. And the typical identity of these words are that they are pronounced separately with every letter. Every letter of such new words or names is pronounced separately. For example, CD is an acronym which goes for compact disc. But these days we use CD more commonly and we pronounce them separately as CD. Similarly, VCR is another example. Some of the acronyms which have a single pronunciation and not a separate letter pronunciation are NATO, UNESCO, and NASA. They have become so popular that people now pronounce them as a single word. Derivation is the most commonly used form of word formation in English. Most of new English words emerge from the derivation of other words. And this is usually accomplished by adding suffixes or prefixes. Prefixes are added at the beginning of a word and suffixes are added at the end of a word, and they create new words. Typical examples of prefixes could be mislead, unacceptable. So this brings in new words. Then suffixes could be less, careless, and ish, childish. These words gives us examples of derivation. So English has not only a rich source of words, but it has a wide range of the sources from where all these words emerge. And a good learner of English, especially a second language learner, and a tutor who is dealing with second language learners should be familiar with all those sources from where new English words emerge.